Yesterday, while editing a video, there was a episode of Dragnet 1969 running on the television. This episode caught my attention. It started with a missing 9-year-old boy. As it progressed, a uniformed officer came in with the boy. The boy had been whipped with a electrical cord to the point where his back was bleeding. They first went and they interviewed the father. And the father gave the story that a lot of men have been giving for decades now. He had lost multiple jobs due to his ex-wife. He was ordered to pay alimony and child support, which was a percentage of his wages. And his ex-wife would call his employer demanding that he get a raise. Well, employers aren't going to put up with this, so they ended up letting him go. This, of course, put him behind on child support and alimony, and we all know the path that follows. When it came to visitation, Mom would deny the father visitation with his child. Always had an excuse. The boy was sick or this or that. We know that if you don't pay child support, you go to jail. But if the mother denies you visitation, nothing happens. When it was brought up that the boy had been whipped, the father immediately said, "It's her, it's the mother." So they interviewed the mother. And the mother, she of course knew nothing about it. They brought the boy in, and the boy had lied and told a story that some other bigger boys had beat him with a stick. Well, they had pointed out that it wasn't a stick and they knew it. As it progressed, the boy ended up telling the truth. The mother said she was disciplining him. And when asked about it, the boy said that he has gotten used to it. This is normal life for the boy, to be whipped with an electrical cord by his mother. As it progressed, they went to court. Instead of giving custody of the boy to the father, now remember, they've got proof the mother is whipping the child. They gave custody back to the mother and gave the mother probation. I can't help but wonder why this hasn't been resolved. We talk about it now like it's something new, and in '69 I was 7 years old. So there aren't very many people old enough to know these things from back then. But this is not new. And Jack Webb, the producer of Dragnet, has actually done multiple episodes on abused children. This tells me this is something that he felt strongly about. Why weren't we listening? How many people walking around today are scarred, both mentally and physically, because as a society, we ignored what was right in front of our face? Would we be in the situation we're in right now had we resolved the problem back then? Since then, we have come up with cell phones, microwaves, we travel to space. There for a while on a regular basis, the internet was open to the public. Since then, we resolve all these complex issues, but for some reason, we refuse to acknowledge single mothers are dangerous to our children and to the well-being of society. Now, I did a video titled "Single Mothers Are Superheroes," and there's some facts in that, and I'm going to show you some of those facts and how they line up with this particular story.
90% of all homeless and runaway children are from fatherless homes, 32 times the average. Father factor in child abuse. Compared to living with both parents, living in a single-parent home doubles the risk that a child will suffer physical, emotional, or educational neglect. The overall rate of child abuse and neglect in single-parent households is 27.3 children per 1,000, whereas the rate of overall maltreatment in two-parent households is 15.5 per 1,000.
I just wanted to take some time out and bring it up and point out that in 1969, this problem was large enough that a production company devoted an episode, actually multiple episodes, to the subject of child abuse and single mothers. Dragnet was based on actual events, so this was a true story. It shows how strong the feminist agenda was in the late 60s and has continued through till today. The older I become, the less and less I believe that Gloria Steinem or any of these other women that were the face of feminism actually had anything to do with feminism. I believe that the feminist movement came from powers much higher than the women that were the face of it. They were just pawns used to push the agenda. It was designed to divide society, which it has succeeded in doing. And if you look at where we are today as a society, we are severely splintered. We have women against men. We have trans against women. We have trans going after men. We have trans against gays. We have pedophiles now, open pedophiles. Our society is falling apart to the point where men are leaving the country. Men have not given up on marriage and family. Men have given up on American women. You women need to get a handle on yourselves and understand the destruction that you're doing to your own selves, your own life. If you don't quit with all the nonsense and get on board with the men, this society that we know as America is destined to fall and become a third world country. That's it for me. Y'all have a great day, and I'm out.